loving yourself, you learn to love others. It is by loving yourself, you learn to love others. I think I like that there. And that brings us to the quote of the day by Buddha. How are you? How are you doing? My name is Amara, and I'm very, very excited to be alive. My heart is beating. I'm strong enough to be here. I'm grateful. What are you grateful for? And I just want us to give a little attention, a little thinking, a little thoughts to the quote of the day. It says, "It is by loving. It is by learning to love yourself that you love others." Let me post it so that I can quote it properly. It is by learning to love yourself that you love others. Loving yourself that you will learn to love others. It is by learning to love yourself that you will love others. It is by loving yourself that you learn to love others. It is by loving yourself that you will learn to love others. I work with people. What I do has exposed me to working with people, and I'm doing that for over 2 decades now. And it is to face this truth, interested in helping themselves. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that even crazy to think about? But that's the truth. Many people are on their own hindrances. Olamide, hi, how are you? Yes, Olamide, sorry. It's a bit cold here in Nigeria. We had very wind rain, but I'm glad that it makes the place cool. At least it's not hot. So we are also grateful. So the thought of the day, the quote of the day, it is by loving yourself that you will learn to love others. So first of all, do we love ourselves? Do you love yourself? That is a question that we need to really think well in order to answer. And like I said, I've been working with people, and one of the things that we do, and I've done in so many years of working with people, is to help people to cooperate with us in trying to help them. Like it's crazy. You see someone that obviously needs help, and they fight any sort, or rather, they frustrate. That's the word. They frustrate any help that comes their way. You try to help them. You know that if they do this, this is what will get them out of the messy situation they're in, and they're not ready to do. They're not ready to cooperate. They're not ready to cooperate with you to do what will help them be better. And so the question is, do we love ourselves? Do people actually love themselves? Because if I love myself, there are some certain things I would just not do if I love myself. So this quote is not just a simple quote like who hates themselves. But truly, truly, do we really love ourselves? Because it's by loving ourselves that we will learn to love others. That's what the quote says. So if you have difficulty in loving another, it shows that you have a problem loving yourself. And see, I love talking about these truths, whether you agree with it or not, whether you think it's a truth or not, or it's fair enough. It is the truth. The truth is the truth is the truth is the truth. Someone said something yesterday that some people find it difficult to get along with other people. And they now say that most of those people find it difficult to even get along with themselves. Like that not looking sound like a paradox. I mean, how can't you get along with yourself? Many people have issues, personal, internal conflicts. They just have a problem. Just you don't just have that internal, settled um, atmosphere inside of you. Yeah. And if you don't have it, well, you can't give what you don't have. That's why this quote of the day is really, really one that we need to pay attention to. So the question I have for myself is, do I love myself? If I love myself, I won't sleep too much. If I love myself, I'll be disciplined enough to do the things I'm supposed to do to move my business forward. If I love myself, I will ensure that I don't make excuses. I will ensure that I don't give reasons. I will ensure that I don't quit, that I do that I must do to ensure that I make a difference in my life. So it's a challenge. Do I love myself? Do you love you? And I just want to leave you with that quote. of the day by Buddha. It says it is by loving ourselves. If I love myself, I will eat right. And that's another thing. You know, you love the food, but is it good for you? If I love myself, I will do the things that I must do to ensure that my health is improved, to ensure that, I prolong my life, to ensure that I'm always healthy, to ensure that I'm always mentally alert. I won't expose myself to toxics. If I love myself, I'll be careful the kind of friends I associate with. If I love myself, I won't expose myself to friends that make me feel less when I'm done with them. If I love myself, I will not. Um, I won't involve myself with unnecessary controversies. If I love myself, I will not engage in negativities or things that are not going to add to me. I won't bother myself with things I do not have control over, like the economy or the country or leaders or whatever. If I love myself, I'll focus on making myself better. I'll focus on exposing myself to trainings that will get me to a better me. You agree with that? If you agree with that, just drop a heart, or just say yes, I agree with that, or share with me what you think. So thank you for being on my live. I'll come your way soon next time with different thoughts that I have to